Hi, I'm Joy, and this channel is Yoga with Joy. Welcome. Today we're focusing on Manipura, which is the solar plexus chakra, and our place of fire, of strength, of determination, willpower. Obviously, it's yellow is the colour of Manipura, hence the yellow. And yeah, it is actually quite a strong practice, this one. So if you're new to yoga, it's really take it gently, and you don't have to go as fast and as strong as I am with my breath and movements. So yeah, take it at your own pace, or if you have, any kind of injury or anything like that. So really take it slowly if you need to. But we're building up quite a bit of fire in this practice, which is wonderful. And because it's quite a strong one, we move quite through the postures, so you won't necessarily need any props. However, you could have, for bridge pose at the beginning, you could have a block between your knees. I often use a blanket or a cushion to sit on. It's a little bit of sitting. You could use a strap for when we're doing a standing balance, a strong standing balance. You could be holding the strap around your foot. That's Hasta Padangustasana. But actually the option is just to bend your knee and move like that. So you don't really have to use a strap in any of this, but it's always quite nice if you want to. So basically, just if you like to use props, please use them. So great, exciting. Let's get all fired up. See you in a moment. Start in a comfortable seated position. So I'm going to put a rolled up blanket underneath, and I'm sitting cross-legged, but you can be kneeling too if you like, any way you'd like. And let's focus for a moment on this chakra point. So it's at the solar plexus area, which is above your navel and just below your sternum. This is your fire center, Manipura, the lustrous gem, it translates as. We can take the mudra, which goes with this chakra. So we're clasping the hands, the fingers are entwined, and then we point the two index fingers together, and we can cross over the thumbs and place this pointed mudra at our solar plexus. So I'm going to place it here. And our focus during this practice is about our willpower, our determination, really our ability to get things done, to strive through. So think of I can, I will, I do. Really settling into this seated position, settling into the feeling of determination, action, firepower. Of course, it's the colour yellow. And the sound for this particular chakra is Ram. So we'll begin our practice together with deep breaths and chanting Ram 3 times together. And gently opening your eyes and placing the hands down onto the knees. We're going to start with our pranayama breath, the breath of fire, Bhastrika breath. So it's the bellows. So think of bellowing the fire, fueling the fire. So sitting with your hands on your knees. So lifting up the diaphragm as you exhale. This is your Uddiyana Bandha. So you're really kind of flipping your diaphragm area up as you exhale. So if you just want to watch me first, or you can join in. So taking a breath in. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Gently flipping it up. And there's a movement you can do with the shoulders, if you wish, which is like the bellows. Some people even do it with hands on hips, like this. But you're really moving like bellows. Exhaling the air, the hot air. And you practice with your eyes closed. And then exhale, breathing in and then holding in the breath. And exhale, release. 2 more times. So we're breathing in 10 times, and then we're holding in for a count of 3. And releasing down. 1 more time. Great. If you're better at counting than me, then please count, because I always lose track. So breathing in. Breath in and hold. And then exhale, feeling that fire, that Agnisara building up in your solar plexus area. Strong, powerful fire. It's wonderful. So I'm going to take this off because it's actually a practice where I'm going to get quite warm. So I'll release my outer layer. And then start lying down. So really feeling into, as you lie down, just take a moment to feel into breath here, the Bhastrika breath, fire breath. And just take a moment to rub the solar plexus area with your hands. And then the other way, so you're circling. And then stretching up. Stretching the whole body right from your fingers down to your toes. And then stretching the right side. And relaxing the left side. And then the other side. Relaxing the right side. Oh, and then relax. And then lift up your knees towards the sky and placing your feet on the mat. You can start by just gently bringing the arms out to the side and rocking the knees out from side to side. Inhale up and then over to the side. Warming up this area of the body. Fantastic. That's great. So the head will be going the opposite way. And then bring your knees back up. And for a moment, bring your knees into the chest and have a little rock. And then placing the feet back down. And we're going to come up into bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So your knees and your feet are hip width apart. And then gently exhale, lifting up, tilting your bottom off the mat. And still on the exhale, you're peeling your vertebrae off the mat and coming up onto your shoulders. Inhale. And then clasping underneath, exhale. And if you find that your knees are wanting to move out, you can place blocks underneath blocks in between your knees, one block or sometimes two, but one block's enough actually. And here, while you're up in bridge, if this is okay for you to be up here, take some deep breaths, thinking of your fire center. Strong Ujjayi breath. Inhale, and then exhaling the spine back down onto the mat and drawing the knees into the chest, having a little rock from side to side. That's great. And then stretching out your left leg and exhale the right leg in. So wind release, so you're bypassing your ribs, just going onto the right side towards your armpit. And then switching sides. Breath in. Exhale, flexing the foot. That's great. And then releasing down. And taking a moment here, stretched out in Shavasana. And then lifting up your knees so that they're up towards the ceiling again. And then bring them into the chest and begin to rock. So your hands can go behind your knees, behind backs of your thighs. Inhale up. Exhale back. Up and back. And if you wish to go all the way back, that's quite nice, depending on your practice, your flexibility. And then find yourself up in Navasana. This is the boat posture. So looking out over your your toes or straight ahead. Bring the hands out to the side if you can, otherwise you can keep them behind and keep your back nice and straight. If you can straighten your legs, you can do that as well. It's not something I do. So inhale and exhale. So deep Ujjayi breath. And then bringing the feet together and coming forward, relaxing for a moment in Baddha Konasana. Inhaling and gently exhaling. Lovely. Inhale and gently exhale. And then bring yourself up. Navasana again, so strong breaths, keeping your abdomen really strong. Pelvic floor is lifted, be careful of your lower back. And use your fire center. And then bring yourself down. Holding forward. And gently one more time, bring yourself back up. Deep breaths. And then bringing yourself down. Lovely. That's great. And bring yourself back up and lean back on your hands. And just taking some cycling here. So being really strong on your abdomen, all those muscles here. Strong legs and then back the other way. So you're going backward cycling. Feeling the heat, the fire building up. It's harder going back. And then releasing down. So we're using Baddha Konasana as a bit of a resting posture. Oh, that's great. And then bring yourself up. Flexing your feet and you're coming into Dandasana. So moving any padding behind. And you can, of course, sit on a block here. So be careful of your lower back, making sure it's nice and your abdomen's nice and strong to protect it. And exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. So we're doing rowing. It's like a rowing motion. Thinking of your determination, your strength, your drive, your fire, your ability to really focus and get things done. So it's like single-mindedness with this lustrous gem chakra, Manipura. It's a really important chakra. I mean, they all are, but without our fire, it's really hard to be in the world. And then bring yourself back up. Wonderful. And just take a moment to acknowledge the work you've done in this core center here. And then turning over onto your knees and coming into the all fours tabletop. So your hands are below your shoulders and your knees are below your hips. And we'll start with a few cat flexions and extensions. Inhale up, exhale down. And then inhaling up. And then exhale back. So you're coming back into a child. And then inhale forward into some form of cobra, but it's not actually cobra because you've got your knees on the mat but your hips are off the mat. So it's neither upward dog or cobra, it's just a bit of a stretch out. Inhale. Exhale. You can be as dynamic as you wish here. So building up heat. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring the hands back so they're underneath your shoulders again. And we'll come into tiger. So your knees are going to come together. So you're a bit of a tripod with your feet and your knees acting as one at the moment. And so taking a breath in and then exhale your left knee to your nose. Inhale up. So you're lifting up your leg. Exhale under. Lots of strong breath work. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. Lovely, strong abdominal muscles. So you're keeping yourself really strong. Same with your pelvic floor, really strong as well. Lift up and then bring the knees down so that they're together again. Take a breath in, looking up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale up. Going as slow as you need to, so everyone will be doing slightly different amounts of these because you'll be going as slow as you need to go or as fast as you wish to go. Building up fire in the body, but remember it will still build up fire if you go slowly. Still building up heat. You don't need to go fast. Inhale up and then exhale, bringing the knees back down together. Lovely. So inhale up and then exhale back into child. So you're bringing your knees either to just so the hip width or there to the edge of the mat. So bringing yourself down into child, having a little rest. And really focusing on the heat that's built up in your abdominal area. Around Manipura. And just taking a brief rest. And then gently bringing yourself back up. And then bring the hands a little bit in front. So you've got them spread wide apart, the hands, and then really planting your thumb and your forefinger. And then turn around your toes and then come up into a hover. So really, again, you're engaging pelvic floor, abdominal muscles. Strong. Breath in and then exhale, half downward dog. So bent knees. Lifting up your belly. And then up onto tiptoes. Straightening the legs. And then exhale the heels down towards the mat. One at a time. So you can be walking out your dog here. And then spending a bit of time in the full expression of the posture. Settling into your dog.
And then start to walk the hands back towards the feet. So you're just hanging here for a moment. You can bend the knees if you need to, in Uttanasana. Take hold of your elbows and just bob here. And then bring the hands behind you and clasping behind at your sacrum. And then bringing the hands, still clasped but with open palms, over your head or as far forward as they will go, depending on your shoulders. Some shoulders are very flexible and others not so much. And then releasing your hands down and then down your legs. And then bending the knees and bringing the hands out like wings and lifting up. And bring the hands down to the heart center. Fantastic, that's great. Okay, so we're going to come into skier. So we're going to bend the knees. And then look at your feet, so make sure that the feet are the outside edge of the feet in line with the mat. And we're going to inhale up. Lift the toes. Exhale down. Lifting up through the arches of the feet. Exhale down. Lovely. Really tucking in your tummy as you come up, protecting your lower back. Again, you can be breathing into the nose and then you can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Strong breath. And again, you can be going as slowly as you need to go. Remember, it can be super slow. You don't have to be going as fast as I am. In your own time. And then down, and as you come back up, coming into Utkatasana, the chair, so tucking in the tailbone, holding in the tummy muscles here, and holding the hands above the head, lifting up the pelvic floor, really nice and strong. And then bringing yourself back up and hands to the heart center. Quite a powerful practice, isn't it? Feeling the fire. Take a moment with the hands here. And so I'm going to bring in a strong-ish balance. All this moving is moving my mat. So we're going to bring it's actually quite a strong balance this, but we will just be careful of your lower back. So if it feels like you've been taking a lot, give yourself a bit of a move out of your lower back area and your hips. And then we'll come into a version of Hasta Padangustasana. So this is Uttahita Hasta Padangustasana, which means upright. Uttahita is upright. And Hasta's hand and Padangusta is your big toe. So you don't have to be doing it. You don't have to hold your big toe. So I'm going to give you variations. So you can lift up and bend your knee. And that's perfectly good to do that. And you can have your hands on your hips or hands at the heart. And taking 5 breaths here. Or if you can either take hold of your foot like this and have your bent knee. 5 breaths. Or if you can bring out and stretch like this. So make sure you're not hurting your back at all. So you're stretching out your foot. And then that will be 5 breaths. And then after that, hopefully I can keep balance. We're going to open up to the side. So of course that will be bent knee like this. Or bent knee like, whoa. Got to be able to keep balance. Bent knee like this. And over to the side. And we'll just do those two. So forward, side, and then forward for just a little bit. So 5 breaths, 5 breaths. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, so planting your right, it's mat. Planting your left foot down. Really lifting up through the arch of the foot, spreading the toes, nice and strong. And then lift up however you are. So you could just be holding your knee here, or holding your big toe like this. That's quite strong in itself. Or if you can, you're stretching out. And you've got to be really careful. So we're holding in your belly button. Your belly. Deep breaths, 5 breaths. And out to the side, whichever way you're doing it. Looking out over the left side, actually. And back to centre. Just for a little bit. And actually have a nice, if you can do this, you're holding out your leg. I can't do it high. Tummy. And then bringing the leg down. I haven't done that one for a while, so that was really strong for me. So for me, it would have been better to do the bent leg. But I'm just showing you how you could do it. Okay, so planting the right leg. And then bringing up your left, bent, or bent with the toe, or stretching out, making sure that the foundation of your right leg, your right foot first, foundation of your right foot, as you're lifting up through the arches of the feet, you've spread your toes. 5 breaths. Back to center. And then bringing out your leg if you can. Or just still holding it bent. Oh, that's strong. And then having a little dance out gently. So that's a strong one that I wasn't quite ready for, because it's not in my daily practice at the moment, that one. And then side to side. And then start to bring your legs out so that they're a bit wide, and then turning your right foot around so that you've got the heel of the right foot in line with the arch of the back foot, and the back foot's in about 15 degrees. Lift up your toes and then place down, and then your knee is over your ankle. Then bring your arms out so that they're in line with the mat, lifting up your mula bandha, your pelvic floor, looking over the front arm, your right arm. I am strong. That's an affirmation for this posture. I am strong. And then start to bring yourself forward into Paschimottanasana. And bring yourself back up. Warrior 2. And then bring the hands to the hips, and then turning the right foot back round so that it's about 15 degrees, and then knee over ankle, opening up here so you can see your big toe, stretching out the arms nice and wide so you've got them parallel with the mat. Looking out over your left hand. I am strong. Mula Bandha, pelvic floor. And then down. So you're resting your forearm on your thigh. Lovely and straight. So feeling this kind of diagonal line of the body going across. And bring yourself back up. Warrior 2. And then gently straightening the legs. Bring yourself up. Turning to the front. Feet hip width. Lift up. Exhale forward. Inhale, flat back, and then exhale, folding forward. Breath in and exhale back to downward dog. And then coming forward into plank, so nice and strong. Plank, feeling the strong fire center, your power. Your powerhouse. And you can either lower the knees down and then bring yourself down, or you can come down in chaturanga if you're enjoying the strong practice. And just hover here, chaturanga. And then hands by shoulders, elbows in at the side, coming up into either low cobra here or higher cobra up here. Softening the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Breath in. And gently back into child. And resting here. And gently bring yourself back up. And coming into seated. You may wish to put a blanket or something underneath you. A cushion. And resting here for a moment. In seated, your eyes closed, catching your breath, and bringing the hands to Manipura, clasping the fingers together and palms together, and then four fingers, index fingers stretched out, thumbs over each other. And focusing on point of powerfulness, determination, fire, will. I can, I will, I do. Manipura, lustrous gem. And let's close the practice together by chanting Ram 3 times. Breathing in. Ram.
gently. Opening the eyes.
Go sweep out the chambers of your heart.
Bring the hands to the heart center.
Make it ready.
Namaste.
Make it ready to be the dwelling.
Thank you for sharing this practice with me. It's been wonderful to have you. So, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, then please do so. And of course, you can give a thumbs up and like this video. Comment below as well, that's nice to hear how it went for you. And of course, we're working up through the chakras. So, lovely to practice Anahata next. Heart chakra.